guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster-Jin Cosplay, and today we're back again We're back again with you guys with
Demon Slayer!
Episode 4, Season 1.
Yes, because I think there's a Season 2.
Maybe.
Or there will be.
We hope.
In the meantime, last episode we saw the training. There's 2 years that passed.
Damn!
Tanjiro had a hard time. He trained well. He trained till exhaustion.
He trained until he got the face of a man.
What? He did. At one point, what's the name of the teacher? Gosh, I keep forgetting. His teacher said, I have nothing else to teach you. So if you can break that boulder in two, I will send you on to the last selection, you know? It was hard. He couldn't do it for 6 months. And then 2 kids showed up and trained him.
Yep.
And when he finally managed, after another 6 months, to defeat the boy of the 2, you know, the
Sabito, yeah.
Yeah. He figured, well, the 2 disappeared in the mist, and he found out that when he slashed the kid's mask, that wasn't the mask he slashed, that was a boulder.
Yeah.
So a very special way to train, I have to say. And if we're right about what actually went on last episode, it was very sad too.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's ready for the last selection now. There's still a lot to learn, and I'm ready to follow him on this journey.
I just hope that Nezuko
wakes up. Yeah.
Finally.
I think she needs energy. Like, I don't know what's going on with her, but 2 years of sleep, that's a lot.
I was thinking that maybe he's gonna feed her his blood.
I was thinking that too at first, but I was like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe this episode. So let's jump in episode 4 and see what happens.
Alright.
Let's go. It's so easy in this show to be like, yeah.
So, we were right. They were dead. And they used to be
students.
Urokodaki students.
Yeah.
Sorry if I butchered the name.
And they died during this election. It's sad though that he basically created the biggest obstacle for his students, you know? The thing that's weighing down on him now exists because he captured that demon. Maybe it's part of why he doesn't hunt demons anymore.
Do you think that he knows that they are being targeted by this demon?
I think
because
he does.
They're wearing the mask?
Maybe not because of the masks, but I think he knows that this demon is killing his students. I don't think it's a coincidence that the last test was to get rid of that boulder, because it's the biggest boulder he ever used for one of his students. And if that kid cut that boulder, it meant that he had a genuine chance at killing that demon. So I don't know if he knew about the masks, but at the very least it's very sad that his good intention at protecting them led to them becoming targets. True. But I love that. It's really sad that we were right last episode about them being, you know, spirits of kids that died there. But at the same time, it makes me learn a little bit more about this world. Like, ghosts are a thing that can show up. Surprisingly, because I don't think the teacher was expecting that. But it's a good thing that their spirits endured and helped Tanjiro, because if it wasn't for them, he would have never cut that boulder.
No.
Yeah. But he did. So, one other thing too, like that kid that ran away, I cannot realistically hold it against him because he wasn't expecting something so hard at the selection. He is scared, and even though Tanjiro saved his life,
yeah,
it's unfair to expect it of him to do the same, you know? At the same time, it's also a hard lesson for Tanjiro. It's not because he shows kindness to people that people are going to show kindness to him.
True.
So if he wants to survive in this world, he needs to learn not to expect to be given anything.
There's a thing though, for students who are going to become demons hunter though.
Oh, he had to learn the hard way. I don't think this kid was ready for this life.
I don't think that's gonna survive the 7 days.
But to be honest, though, that if this demon was not supposed to be there,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a test to know if you are worth becoming a demon slayer. It's a test to know if you're worth training to become a demon slayer.
Yeah.
So I agree that, you know, the people that are going to get out of there alive are the strongest. Tanjiro being one of them shows that he's got a lot of potential. But that other kid, like, it might have been a disservice to save his life, like, as harsh as that sounds. But I mean, he didn't even have like the special blade or anything. So how does he intend to survive here for 7 days? I don't know.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for this, and it's sad because you think that people would warn them before they enter. Like, did you train with someone who went through this before? Like, do you know what you're facing?
How did you learn about the final selection?
I'm pretty sure that if you talk or ask around, you can learn about it. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I heard about the
Like,
final selection to become a demon hunter. I want to become one.
The thing
without
is,
training
the government doesn't recognize them, but they are well known.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why Tanjiro doesn't know about it is because he was living in a remote location away from people, and he didn't really believe in demons before.
Demon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm guessing maybe it's common knowledge in other places. So, but they should definitely, you know, do a pre-test or something, like, instead of just sending them to their deaths. Anyway.
Yeah.
One thing, though, this episode made me realize is I think I might have been wrong about what was going on with the magic in this show.
It's just the techniques that are using.
Well, I mean, if it's that, like, if there is no using the elemental magic, which I mentioned in the first few episodes, then I think it's actually more interesting this way. It just means that their style, the way they use the blade and the way they connect and the way they battle is inspired by an element, which is really cool. If there's actual magic, then we haven't seen it yet. But what we saw with him, you know, with I think it's why the drawing style is different for the water. It's because the water isn't there. It's just a metaphor for how he's using his blade, and it's really interesting.
It's really cool, to be honest. Yeah.
I think it raises the stakes a little bit. Like, we call the blade magical because the steel itself was made to defeat demons.
Yeah.
By the way, I love the look of it, like black with the color.
A trim of blue, yeah.
Like, I wonder if it's blue for them, for him and Giyu, because Giyu, thank you. I wonder if it's blue because they train with a style of water, and if it's another color for the other people.
Maybe.
But
we'll see when we're gonna see the other people.
I did have, like, you know, we did see water freeze or something. Like, we saw something that could amount to potential for magic in the first episode, but then it could have just been like flashy effects to just show how badass that guy was. But if it's just like he's learning to move his blade inspired by water, and it's the style of fighting he's taking, I think it's a nice spin, and I'm not disappointed by it.
I wonder though if that is true, and I think that it is, what kind of style for the other elements?
What it's gonna look like, maybe. You know, it makes me think of Avatar, but water is fluid. Like, water with the sword could be pretty cool. Earth with the sword, I wonder. Like, maybe it's not a sword for all of them.
Maybe.
But fire, I could see it with the sword. We saw, like, electricity. I don't know. We'll see. Like, maybe there is actual, you know, elemental magic in this show.
Maybe it is. Maybe there isn't.
Maybe if it's just, like, inspired by the element to have a certain style, I'm really, really excited to see how it's gonna show up for the other elements. So, and we saw, like, two characters from the opening. So one that uses electricity.
So we know that they're gonna survive.
Yeah, they're gonna be, you know, selected. So we'll see.
Oh, those creepy little twins, girl.
Yeah,
So.
you always need creepy little twins somewhere in the anime, you know, in an anime.
In everything.
And one thing you mentioned though, you mentioned Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
Was it because of the forest? Because
No, the music,
yeah.
the airy music. It reminded me of the little ghost, the little
It's
forest spirits.
It's Japanese instruments. It's folkloric Japanese music with a spin for the fights and everything, and I love it. Like I said in the first episode, music sells a story to me usually. Like that's when I watch a good story, if you have good music, that's usually the deal breaker for if I'm gonna cry at the end of the show, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or if I'm gonna be so into it that I won't be able to think of something else after I watch an episode. Music sells it for me, and I love Japanese instruments, Japanese music.
Mm-hmm.
I love flute. I love like everything that sounds like a flute.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have stuff like that, and the voices too, you know, it's eerie, it's a bit disturbing, but it fits so well. So I'm loving it. I'm loving this. And the graphics are still pretty cool, so the drawings, the style of drawing, and the fights are so fluid too.
Oh yes.
That's one thing that I appreciate from more recent animes, I guess, because we grew up with the older generation of animes, so still images and
which were still great, but it's
I
nice
mean,
to see a different type of animation.
there was some great stuff with the older animes, but now we can definitely see how the animation became more fluid, like water, hey, or like they don't have to cut anything. We get to see the entire fight, and it's cool when we can understand what's going on and we see everything that's happening. And we can, you know, we understand it. Like, we don't have to wait for the blow to understand who hit who. That's something good. So, yeah. Alright. Anything else?
Nope, I'm ready for number 5.
So thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it's already on Patreon. Check it out. The link is in the description.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, guys. So we're going to see next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.